Hello everyone, it's your boy Namar here, back at another video. I'm here to bring y'all what if Naruto was turned to a female part 2. Now, alright. Naruto, she's now walking around through the village, and of course a lot of people are gawking at her. This is where basically all of the rookie 12, well, really rookie 11 for right now, because Neji doesn't come with him because he still has beef with Hinata, even though it's just off of petty reasons. The fact that his father died instead of hers because of his mistake. Anyways, they all come up to Naruto and just on the side and goes, "Hey, Naruto." Naruto will look at Sakura and goes, "Yes." Then Naruto said, and Sakura says, "Well, we're all going to eat at the barbecue restaurant. Do you want to join us?" Is that Naruto? She then says, "Sure." And she basically walked with them. Now, Kiba, he would then go to basically Naruto and goes, "So, would you, go on a date with me? Even though you used to be a guy?" He, whispered this to her, and, this is where basically Naruto goes, "No." And Kiba, just because I used to be a guy doesn't really mean anything now. Since technically my whole entire mindset has changed. I mean, I eventually want to have my own kids, and the only way I know of having kids is a male and a female. And 2, I'm not looking for a relationship, since my goals have changed and dreams have also changed. My dream is to be is to be one of the strongest Konoichis alive, but not only that, I want to become either the first or second female Hokage. Now, Cuba would nod his head, understanding that, he won't be able to get Naruto, but hey, you never know, he might get someone else. So he'll walk back up. This is where Sasuke will draw back and goes, "What did the mud ask you?" And she can kind of hear, the undertone, annoyance and anger. And this is when Naruto is just thinking, does Sasuke like this version of me? And Sasuke, he gives Kiba a glare to his back. Well, Kiba doesn't know this, but yeah. This is where Naruto says it was nothing. He was just asking me of training with Kurenai Sensei. And basically, Sasuke, he would nod his head. And he'll be walking next to her, and he'll say, "Well, what did Kakashi Sensei train you in? Since I know that you have 4 out of 5 elemental affinities, I think it'd be best if I was to know as well what all he has been training you in. And I was wondering if you would like to learn the cadence, the grand fireball jutsu." This is where Naruto, she then goes, "Well, he was teaching me the stages of using all the chakra of all of the elements, all 4 of my elements, and I would have to deny your offer for now, due to the fact that I am just trying to learn how to channel the chakra, and once I get done with that and learning some more Kenjutsu and Taijutsu styles that fits me, then I would decide. And I don't really know if I want to right now specialize in, since I know eventually at some point in time I'm going to have to specialize in something." Sasuke would nod his head, and then she would then say, and then when they reached the barbecue restaurant, and this is when Naruto, she was sitting next to Sakura, and Sasuke, she would be in the middle of both of them, due to Sasuke telling Sakura it would be best if that was to happen. Sakura, she would nod her head, understanding why, because she see how a bunch of older adults are already already looking at Naruto with a lot of lust in their eyes. And so yeah. Now Naruto, she looks at Sasuke and goes, "Honestly, I've never really been to this restaurant." And this is when Choji looks at her wide-eyed and be like, "You never been here?" And she would nod towards Choji and goes, "Yeah." This is where he then says, Then like he basically called one of the waitress over and called and told him to go get the manager. This would be Choji's mother actually, and this is where Choji says she's never been here. You need to teach her the ways of the barbecue, basically. And Choji mom after hearing this goes, "All right, Choji, I understand. We must convert her to the side of the barbecue and meat." And basically, she gives them a free buffet. And everybody's just wide-eyed because Choji mom came quick with their food. It was food after food after food. Now, Naruto, she can still eat a lot. So, she would eat a fair part of the share of Team 7's, but not only that, some of Choji's as well, due to Choji being nice and offering. But what everybody did see Naruto do was that when it was the last piece of meat, she will always give it to Choji. Choji would smile like this. This is when also she then says, "Hey, Kiba, can I see Kanemaru or Akamaru? Ooh, I say Kanemaru. Like if I'm talking about the grandson of Third Hokage. She then says, "Can I see Akamaru for a second?" Akamaru, Kiba said, "Yeah," and he would like let Akamaru go over to Naruto. And she's done eating by now, and she put her hands on top of his head and scratched between his ear. And she would do this including with chakra. Kanemaru was taught to purr a lot, purr a lot, and so yeah. Now while this was going on, Kiba looks at Naruto like, so she likes dogs, I see. And this is when, then say, well, Naruto, what type of training have you been doing? She then says, well, I've been doing training in Fuinjutsu, Ninjutsu, Kenjutsu, Taijutsu, and I'm probably going to start something on Genjutsu. I might ask Kurenai Sensei about that. And by the way, she doesn't eat like fast. She eats with like a lot of dignity, like a lot of I guess a lady would eat. I guess that's what they say. But yeah, she would do that, and so basically, a lot of people are also enchanted by hair in her eyes, and this is where like basically Naruto goes, is there something wrong with my face or something? This is where Cuba and all the males will blush and all the females will look at her with us some jealousy, in Sakura they're jealous that like she got Sasuke or Naruto got Sasuke attention without trying, and Hinata's just wondering like, could I ever get her confidence or Naruto's confidence? Naruto would notice this, and she would then basically tell Kiba or basically tell Kiba to switch seats with her. Kiba would, of course, obey her, and this is where Naruto then says, Hinata. It basically should be whispering in Hinata's ears, where basically her hands cut around Hinata's ears. She then says, look, I understand that you might not have the best of confidence, but trust me, you're not weak. You're pretty strong yourself. You have the power, you have the strength of love, which means that you don't want to hurt people that are close to you. But let me tell you something. If you don't know, the more you're hurting them, actually. You're hurting Hanabi-chan. Yes, I know your sister's name. I have seen her multiple times in your clan compound when I was a male and pranked your entire clan. I didn't prank her due to her being nice, or at least I thought she was since she was your sister. So, I'm going to tell you this now. Even though you don't want to hurt her, you're going to need to. Otherwise, she's not going to know how a real fight went in. So, stop holding back. I know you hold back a lot. Trust me, I know you're strong, and the only way you can prove it is by having those precious to you to protect. Right now, your precious people is your sister. That's who you should be trying your hardest to protect. That's when you will show true strength. And after Hinata hears this, she goes, yeah. And then Naruto goes, if you ever want to train, just always ask Kurenai Sensei to get me. I'll be down to train. And I will smile and goes, yeah, thank you, Naruto. In her little stuttery way. I'm not going to do the stuttery stuff. I can't do it that well. Naruto would nod her head and basically would just sit there as they all would talk about just their training and missions. This is where basically the other Jonas will walk in and goes, so our team decided to meet up and have a little talk. Besides from Neji, I see. Lee, Tintin is also here. That's very surprising. I didn't think y'all knew him. Well, this is what Lee says. I don't know anyone here, but they were all nice to me, and since I was with Tintin, they allowed me to join them. And Tintin knows Ino here. Ino and Sakura, which is why she joined them as well. That's when Neji he'll walk in because Guy Sensei had asked for one of them to tell Neji to meet him here while he looks for his other two students. And Neji he would send a glare to and out of his way. Now what he didn't expect to do was to feel a massive killing intent. And everybody else there sees it, and you could just see Naruto's eyes being covered by her hair. She then says, "Why are you glaring at Hinata?" in a very sweet, sweet tone. And everybody there, they kind of froze and they flinched at the killing intent that she's generating. Neji is even scared. He goes, I what? He was just stumbling over his words. And this is where she then says, if you do it again in my presence, I swear you're gonna have something more than just that seal on your forehead to worry about. Everybody here after hearing this is where Naruto would then basically get up and she will leave. And basically keep on all them like, damn, you got scary as hell. And everybody else is nod to that. And Neji then goes, who's that? This is where they go, that's Naruto. It was a Mikey. She's a new and strong Kunoichi for herself. This is what Kakashi will also put in. Neji would then say, she seems strong. I should see if I can get Hashi-sama to let me marry her into the clan. After hearing that, he got a glare from Sasuke, Kiba, Shikamaru, Shino, Choji, and Lee. He didn't really glare, but he looked at Neji with a frown and goes, that's unyouthful. You don't know what she wants. And then this is where Neji says, why wouldn't she? It's one powerful clan asking her to marry one of their best, one of their top prodigies to ever come from the clan. And this is where Kakashi then says, well, she's from her own clan. Even though her clan was wiped out. It was the Mikey clan. They were feared by 3 villages, which is why 3 villages took them on and attacked them. It was Iwa, Kiri, and Kumo. Hell, even our villages sometimes feared them because their prowess in Funo and Jutsu. None of us in this village would have been able to stand face to face with all of the Uzumaki army together. The only reason why they died was even though it was also they wiped out majority of the shinobis on the other side, which is why we won the 2nd and 3rd Great Shinobi War. What's due to them? I'm gonna say the 3rd. I'm gonna say they lived to the 2nd, but got wiped out at the start of the 3rd. And basically, everybody there is just shocked that Naruto had a clan, but they were wiped out. This is where a clone will go up to Kurenai and says, are we going to do our normal training, or can I just go home for the day? Or can I just go to the forest so I can blow off some steam? And this is where Kurenai then says, yes, we're going to do some training, but it's going to be just a little bit. It's nothing much that you have to learn. And Naruto, she'll nod her head and basically say, well, then, if that's the case, let me report it back to the boss. And she would dispel. And this is where Naruto, she will turn back around, go back to Kurenai and goes, it's no more training ground. She just says no. Actually, we will be going with the rest of the team to a certain training ground. I don't know which one yet. Kakashi asked all of us to come to a certain training ground to train together. Mainly to do spars, but first, I'm going to teach you those little lessons, and then we can go and do the spars. Naruto would nod her head and goes, hi, Kurenai Sensei. And that would happen. They would go to the training ground. It's going to be training ground 10. And they would do, even Guy and his team is there participating in this. This is where, This is where basically everybody be getting ready to go. After Naruto finally gets done with her training, it was just a little bit on just like what hobbies and other stuff what happened to females was taken into like a state. So yeah, and just like how to use tampon and all that, which Naruto had to learn very quickly due to her was about to start her own cycle. Now Cuba tried to get a peek after hearing what Kurenai was talking about, and he was trying to get a peek on Naruto, but due to Kurenai seeing him, she put a genjutsu up, which basically made it harder for him, just like made his life a little harder, due to now everybody knowing that he was trying to peek on Kurenai and Naruto after seeing him fall from a tree, after what seemed to be Kurenai put on genjutsu on him. This is where they ask Kurenai, what happened? This is when Kurenai says that Mutt tried to peek on us while I was teaching Naruto how to use a tampon and other stuff. And everybody there just looks at Cuba like he's an idiot. And Austin was like, he's lucky that he's the hero of the Nezuka. I swear I would have killed him by now. And Kurenai's like, yeah, he is lucky. He's like, he's my student. I should get him dropped from the Ninja Academy from the Ninja program. Or better yet, I should go tell his sister, and his mother. I wonder what they would do. After hearing that, Kiba, he kind of wakes up very quickly due to Kurenai needing him in a second, so that way they can do their little lesson. So yeah, our little taijutsu matches. Now, the first match will be Hinata versus Sakura. Hinata wins very quickly. Sakura gets destroyed. Next will be Naruto versus Ino. Now, Naruto, she'll take out a katana. We'll take out her kunais and get in a reverse stance. She'll take out one kunai. This is where Naruto looks at skeptically, and be like, what kunai, huh? Okay. And basically, as she has her sword in her hands with one hand, she'll then grab a kunai. She'll throw the kunai at Ino. Ino will go to block it. Now, while this is going on, what no one knew is that Naruto's speed has went up due to her also training with weights on. So her physical training paid through. She took off her weights before the matches even started, and basically blitzed towards Ino. Now, Ino was as Ino blocked the kunai, what she didn't know was that Naruto was already behind her. Naruto then hit her in the back of the neck. She would basically give her a chop to the back of the neck, and saying if this was a real fight, she would have died. And everybody would be eyes wide open, like, damn, she's fast. Even Kakashi goes, damn, I didn't know she was that fast. I knew she was fast, but not that fucking fast. Hell, she puts me on a run for money and it's true speed. Now, Sasuke and all of them are like, damn, she's so fast. And Sasuke like, ooh, she can be a worthy very challenger. Yep, I want that fight, so I'm not losing. And next fight would be Kiba versus Rock Lee. Rock Lee will win very quickly. Tenten versus Choji. Tenten will win due to her weapon, due to her using Sin Bones, and she put Choji in death-like state. I'm gonna say that happens because she is a weapon mistress, so it makes sense that would happen. I'm gonna say Shikamaru versus Shino. Both will lose. So let's see. Who I have left? Oh, I have Neji.
Mom said come here.
Okay. Go. And I'm trying to debate who else I want to fight. I'm gonna say Rock Lee versus Neji. Neji will win. This is when they were announcing this fight, which would be Tenten versus Naruto. Now, after Tenten's and that Naruto has a katana, she takes out her own. Naruto, she will smile at seeing that Tenten uses a sword, and then says, "So you know how to use the sword as well." This is where Tenten goes, "Yes, I do. I'm actually a weapon mistress." And Naruto, she'll nod her head and goes, "I see." This is where of course, Naruto will take out all of her swords, and basically it just shows that she, and not only that, she makes shadow clones. Yes. Now she makes, the shadow clones. One put their sword in wind, another one has it in water, lightning, and fire. She mainly, and so basically, she, as Tenten sees it, she's like, "Oh shit." And all of the Naruto clones blitzes first to just test her out. And Tenten, she would be struggling, and she would get cut a few times, but not only that, she will find out that like her clones are very strong. This is where Naruto would rush in, and Tenten would try to block her sword. What she forgot was that she infused her sword in wind chakra. So she would cut straight through Tenten's sword and just basically put her sword to Tenten's neck and say, "Yield." Tenten, she would say, "I yield," due to the fact that how close the sword is to her jugular. But not only that, Naruto seems to be the stronger ninja between the two of them. Now, Tenten, she says that was a good match. I didn't know that you were that good with a sword. And then she says, "Well, you can thank Kakashi Sensei for teaching me how to use a sword. But not only that, I have a lot of help, I guess you can say." Tenten will look at her and go, "What do you mean?" "Well, those clones. I mean, I learned everything they learned." So, yeah. And Tenten goes, "Oh." And this is what Kakashi goes, "I didn't know you can already channel chakra to your swords." And this is where she then says, "Well, I can. It's just I had to put in a lot of chakra due to this not really being chakra metal." And Kakashi then says, "How about this? If you win your next fight, I will go get you a chakra metal sword, but you'll be fighting Neji Hyuga." After hearing this, basically, everybody would be like, "Damn, Kakashi's making it hard on her to get this sword." Neji's just thinking, maybe I should lose. It might give me a favor from her. But then again, if I show not even my true skills, she might just hate me for holding back. This is a lose-lose situation for me. And this is when Naruto showing out her head and goes, "I accept the challenge. And if he holds back on me and you know he is Guy Sensei, then I want you to tell me, because I do not want someone to hold back on me." And basically Naruto, she would be like, "Okay." Now Sasuke, he's like, I hope she wins. By the way, the other matches was Sasuke versus Hinata. Hinata lost. And who else did I have left up here? I honestly forgot. So next was Naruto versus Neji. Now Naruto, she'll think of she'll get down in a taijutsu stance of the Uzumaki or Pale Fist. Now this taijutsu stance mainly deals damage to chakra points, and it can also lock in people's joints as well. So what she did was as soon as the match started, she just stand there. She waited for Neji to make the first move, which she wasn't disappointed as Neji decided to charge at her. Now when she did, Neji, when he strike and she dodged, she will hit Neji in the hand. His muscle joints will be locked out in his hands, and also he feels he can't move his hand, like he can't ball it in a fist or anything. He can't even channel chakra. This is when she will take advantage of take advantage of one of his hands be down and go to attack his shoulder on his other arm, which Neji would dodge. He would then try to deliver a strike to her, which she would then put another chakra strike into her hand in his hands to make his hands immobilize. Now Neji's like, I can't use my hands in his head. Then he thinks, well, I might as well start using my legs as well. Now she will basically knock up his arms, and she would deliver a hard kick to his face due to him not being able to pull up his arms because she put water chakra also into his joints and his shoulder blades. Now Neji's like, I can't move my arms, sensei. I forfeit. And guys like, what is that style? This is where Naruto go, oh, it's the whirlpool fist. It's my clan style, actually. And guys like, can you teach me it? This is where she then says, I don't know, guy. I mean, we are comrades, but again, that's my clan style. I don't know if I really want to teach it to anyone. And guy says, oh, I understand. And not only that, do you even have a water element? And guy says, no, I have an earth element. Then it wouldn't work for you. You need a water element because you put in a water element into the person's joints, which locks up their joints. After hearing this, everybody's eyes are widening. They're like, that's like the Hyugas. And she then says, yes, it's somewhat like the Hyugas, but it's merely meant to basically hold down a target. Oh, and Kakashi, I must go get my reward from the Hokage since I now mastered the style. And also here's 1,000 clones. Now she gave him 1,000 clones, and Kakashi understood and makes 4 clones, and 250 of each will go finish the rest of her elemental training. Now she would learn her elemental training. She also made 1,000 to go do no, not 1,000. She makes 500 to learn more fluent jutsu. Yeah, to learn more fluent jutsu. And to even try making and improving anything she can with the tags or anything that she has. And she also has most of those clones of hers will also go to the to go get stuff to build a house. Now, when Kakashi sees that she makes extra clones, Kakashi goes, why did you make extra clones? This is where she goes, I want to build like a secondary house next to mine. And Kakashi goes, why? She then says, well, I can make it into like a facility where I do most of my testing at. And Kakashi goes, I see. Why are you doing the testing though? She then says, well, I'm making it conjuncted to my house. It's just gonna be that like it's gonna store weapons and all that other stuff. But it won't really be storing anything for quite a while until I get to level 7, which I should get to it by today with those shadow clones to learn the security seals. Now after hearing this, everybody's like, what level are you on already? She then says, I'm on level 3, but I have those 4 clones going from level 4, 5, 6, and 7, so that way I can have those mastered. And this one Kurina night, and then Naruto then said, oh, and Kurina said, yeah, I ask you something. She then goes, yes. She then says, I understand that I have case level chakra, but only junior level control. What can I still do genjutsu? This is what Kurina says, well, you're gonna only be able to use higher rank genjutsus. And Naruto then says, that's fine, because I'm planning on making my own, but I just want to know the fundamental base of them. Kurina will understand this, she then says, okay, make me a few shadow clones. I will teach them it if you will like. Naruto now she'll make 100 shadow clones. And she'll basically then says, alright, I'm off. Janae. She will head straight to the Hokage's tower. Now, when she gets to... I'm going to have to end this off here, guys. I'm sorry, I was over time. Peace.